Okay. So whoever you are and wherever you are on your spiritual path, you're welcome here with us. We know that there are many paths to God, and we recognize that all these paths end in oneness and in love. And we're grateful for each of you for joining us this morning, whether you're here in the sanctuary or watching on Zoom. So we have a receptivity statement that we say every Sunday. Okay, and it's up on the screen. So if you'll say that with me. I am here by divine appointment. Something I'm about to hear applies to my life. I am open, receptive, and willing to explore the possibilities. So our possibility this morning is called Colleen. Anyway, we're so grateful to have her here with us instead of remotely. And Colleen actually has been with us many, many times. She's an amazing musician, as well as she does our constant contact every week. So she's brilliant in that department too. So we depend upon Colleen for many, many things, and we're so grateful to have you here. So Colleen will be our musician this morning. Yay, Colleen.
I'm glad we were able to make the trip. During meditation, this picture came to mind. When I was a young teenager and living with my grandparents, they had a few cows and pastures and a river behind the pastures. And the neighbor friend and I used to go to the river and just jump in sometimes. And there was a little place on the river that just kind of tucked in where you could stand and jump in. And the cool thing about this place was that it was spring fed, which meant as many times as we dove in trying to find the bottom of the river, we never found it, and it got really cold. And even if the rest of the river had yucky typhoid stuff in it and whatnot, this place was always fresh. And it was really nice. Lila wants to sing along. It was really nice when it was really hot and I needed a getaway. Could go to this place. And one of my favorite scriptures from the book of Psalms in the Bible talks about my springs are in you, in the divine, and that inexpressible infinite presence that holds us and loves us and provides for us everything we need and is as close as our heartbeat, as close as our breath. So I invite you in this song to let it be your song, to gratefully offer to your source and to all that the presence is in you, around you, for you, and as you. My springs are in you, O river of life. I drink in your goodness, I soak in your light, immersed in your beauty. I bathe in your grace. Oh, faithful and true, I rejoice when I say my springs are in you. My springs are in you. All my springs are in you. My springs are in you, oh river of life. I drink in your goodness, I soak in your light, immersed in your beauty, I bathe in your grace. Oh, faithful and true, I rejoice when I say my springs are in you. My springs are in you. All my springs are in you. My springs are in you. Oh, river of life, I drink in your goodness, I soak in your light, immersed in your beauty, I bathe in your grace. Oh, faithful and true, I rejoice when I say my springs are in you. My springs are in you. All my springs are in you.
Is that on? Okay. Now it's on. So this morning, our practitioner is Carol Delbon. She's our Zoom practitioner. So we're always grateful to have Carol on Zoom. And boy, isn't it just interesting how, yeah, how now we're Zooming a lot. Anyway, and so we're always happy to have Carol. And so Carol's been a practitioner for many years, and we're just so grateful that she is with us on Zoom. So this morning, Carol will be doing our special reading and then an opening prayer. So thank you, Carol.
Good morning, everyone. I'm glad I can be here as I'm living in Sacramento now. And our theme for June is Living Everyday Wonder Body. And then this morning's talk is by Rev Lani Howard, is the One Body. So I've chosen to read a couple things first out of the textbook, the Science of Mind textbook, which most of you have seen before, but it is pretty dry, Ernest Holmes. But I just wanted to read a couple things about the unity of the one body with our bodies. It is necessary that we understand the unity of all life, the unity of God and man on all three planes. Studying man, we find that his body, like the physical universe, devoid of mind or intelligence, has no volition. It may be permeated with intelligence, but it is not intelligence. It is one with the body of God. And then I also chose to read excerpts from an old Science of Mind magazine by Margaret Stortz called The Inner Silence. And it refers to the quiet mind. It has long been my personal belief that our greatest talent as spiritual beings immersed in a human experience, as Teilhard de Chardin has said, is our ability to be aware of our thoughts and to clearly move from one thought to another. It is this ability to concentrate that allows us to progress through anything we may be working with. The noisy arena of everyday demands cannot help with this. It is the quiet mind, the space of silent motionless, which enables this progress. It is our belief in the world of spiritual metaphysics that all the things of our lives are preceded by divine mental states. Put succinctly, the mind we are using every time we think is the mind of God, the mind of ultimate silence from which all knowledge is derived. And then from the quiet mind, we go to the quiet body. Since we see ourselves as mind-body beings, it is pretty much a given that whatever disturbs the mind will disturb the body also. Sometimes immediately, sometimes as an accumulation of upsets over time. Consequently, if we need the quiet mind for good health and understanding, we also need the quiet body. We cannot always ask for all our environments to be peaceful and accommodating, and often we ourselves must find the calm place where mind and body can function as healthy spiritual entities. In other words, only in the quieted mind and settled body can we count on a healthy consciousness that will endure. Our forays into silence hold much more value than we might imagine. I hope that brings a little bit more clarity about the God's mind and body and our minds and bodies. So we open this morning in gratitude. I feel that presence of God always here with me, even when I'm on Zoom. I feel like I am there in the sanctuary, that sacred place where we can focus on spirit. Spirit that's always there for everybody. That spirit that's within us, guiding and directing us and causing us to have wonderful ideas and experiences. As we open up to this spirit, knowing whatever we talk about or think about is also noticed elsewhere. So this expands our awareness into our lives as we enjoy our moment to moment, our silent moments and our not so silent moments. We have these beautiful surroundings to look at and to appreciate what we have been given by the Creator. So I know that we all feel this when we are outside or looking out the window when we can't be outside. So I know I'm in gratitude also for everything that has taken place, for this service to be the most wonderful service it can be. And that I'm in gratitude for Reverend Lani Howard coming all the way from Grass Valley to be here with us, and Colleen Kelly coming from Nevada. And of course, everybody else who's present and on Zoom. I'm grateful for you all being here and for this Sunday service. And I let these words go, knowing they are the truth for everybody. And so it is. And we are going to invite Colleen back again. And let's see, I have her song here. I thought I did anyway. Okay, Colleen, I'll let you introduce the song.
I love all that you share. It's just so warm-hearted. I'd like to also, my thoughts are going to Reverend Pam. And all of her email communications, when she signs them, at least most of them, she says, in love and light. And then she says her name. And, you know, one thing that I really appreciate about Reverend Pam is her content. It streams forth so quickly sometimes, you know, that my mind just tries to keep up with her, you know. But when I really have that clear space that Carol is talking about, and I do keep up with her, it's kind of like these, you know, little sparklers just going off like, oh, wow, this is like this smorgasbord of deliciousness that she puts out there. So the love and the light and the presence that has already been highlighted this morning, that's what this song is about. And I really appreciate being able to come and share these songs with you that drop in. This one dropped in while I was driving to work one day, and sometimes it's just a phrase that starts, and then the song builds around that, and then it morphs over time. And they're always morphing. But the phrase that this song is built around is one that I heard from a teacher years ago. In the presence of love, all things are healed. And I keep coming back to that layer upon layer all the time. So it's kind of rippling around that. In the presence of love, all things are clear. In the presence of light, every fear disappears. The all in all alive in me calls me to believe. In the presence of love, all is clear. In the presence of love, all things are healed. In the presence of light, every truth is revealed. The all in all alive in me calls me to believe. In the presence of love, all is healed. Everywhere love is there, beckoning with joy to share. Near and far, I feel my heart opening for my soul to sing. In the presence of love, all is complete. In the presence of light, grace has filled every need. The all in all alive in me calls me to believe. In the presence of love, I am free. Everywhere love is there, beckoning with joy to share. Near and far, I feel my heart opening for my soul to sing. The all in all alive in me calls me to believe. In the presence of love, all is clear. In the presence of love, all is healed. In the presence of love, I am free.
beautiful as always. So as you know, Reverend Pam is on a Viking cruise. I just can't keep to Norway. I know. I keep thinking about them like, are they in a fjord? Where are they? Anyway, where are you? So this morning we have as our guest minister, Reverend Lani Howard, who's second generation San Franciscan, graduated from UC Berkeley in history and got a Master's of Science in Systems Management from the College of Notre Dame. So she worked for major California corporations, first as a computer programmer, then a trainer, then a software project manager. But then she found the science of mind. Funny how that changes your life. Yes. In 1995 and became a practitioner, and then received her second master's degree from Holmes Institute when she became a minister in 2004. So she served as an assistant minister in Corte Madera under Carol Huntley until 2008, when she accepted the position of senior minister at the Sierra Center of Spiritual Living in Grass Valley, where she is now staff minister after retiring as the minister in 2018. So she has a focus on solving the climate change challenge. I would like to hear more about that. So let's welcome Lani Howard this morning.
Thank you. Thank you, Nancy. Good to be here. So we are living everyday wonder, and this month we're talking about the body. And it is really important for us to recognize that our body is a communication device with the divine, to absolutely know that that is so. And so we are not to deny the body. We're not to, a lot of traditions say, oh, the body, to forget the body, you have to go to spirit. Well, it's all spiritual. It's all God. God is right there in the spirit, in the life, everywhere, everything. It's all God. It's all God. Hard to remember sometimes, but it's true. So there was a monk back in the medieval times. Now, of course, they didn't have printing presses back then, and so the monks were given the task of copying the sacred books. And of course, those sacred books, they were worn by the time they got to be copied, and so they might have some candle wax on them, they might be missing some pages, they might have smudges and, food dropped on them, who knows what. And so they would do their best to try to transcribe what they said as accurately as possible, but not necessarily the right thing. So when this particular monk passed away, he goes to the pearly gates, and of course St. Peter says, "What would you like? You're in heaven. What would you like to do?" And he said, "I would really like to see the original copies of the sacred texts so I could see what it really said." And they said, "Absolutely. Okay, we'll take you down to the heavenly library." So they take him down to the heavenly library and they leave him there. He's so happy. He's going through the pages and everything. They leave him there. And a little while later, they hear this blood-curdling scream. And they run down there and say, "What happened? What's the matter?" And he said, "It says celebrate, not celibate." Ernest Holmes says, body is mental and spiritual. So body is not just physical, it's mental and spiritual. Body is not to be denied. We are to affirm that the body is a combination of spiritual ideas harmoniously expressing life. The body is a combination of spiritual ideas harmoniously expressing life. So this body is the only thing that we have full control over. And we don't really have full control over it sometimes, but it's the thing that we can do something about most accurately because it's right here where we are. So we're not to deny the body, we're to celebrate the body. because we can use it to move closer to God. We can realize that it is telling us lots of information, that it is a magnificent conduit for the presence of God. So, I was, back in the 70s, I was working as a programmer. I had some friends who had quit their jobs and they were traveling in Mexico for several months. And then they went to Guatemala and they rented a place for a month. And they emailed me and said, come down, come down. So I had just finished this huge project and it was like, yeah, I'm going to Guatemala to visit my friends. So while I was going to be gone, I figured I'd have my car fixed because it needed work. So I dropped my car off and a friend, my best friend, picked me up from the car place and took me home. When she left my house, all of a sudden I had this overwhelming feeling of sorrow and sadness, like I would never see her again. I was weeping. And my rational mind is saying, what? You know, you're just going away for a week. It's not a big deal. What's the deal? So I thought, well, ignore. And I go off, I fly to Guatemala. I'm there for 3 days, and we have a 7.5 earthquake. You know, the whole building is shaking. I wake up at 3:30 in the morning to a 7.5 earthquake that lasted for 33 seconds, which is the longest 33 seconds you will ever experience. And for some reason, I woke up standing up. I had been in a sleeping bag. I woke up standing up, and the whole room was going like this. And there was a water tank on the top of the room, and the water was pouring down the walls. And so I tried to make it to the door, and the door jamb was going like this. And I just sort of ran into the door jamb and just held it there as I heard my friends running out of their room going, expletive. So anyway, so we ended up staying there for 6 more days of up to 7.5 or 7.0 earthquakes, aftershocks, right? So I thought when I experienced that earthquake, I thought, oh, that's why I was weeping, but like I would never see my friend again, because I am never going to see her again. This earthquake is going to kill me somehow, some way. But then I realized, okay, I thought I was in control of my life, of everything. And I realized, no, you are not in control. There is something greater here that is in control. And you better find out what it is, and you better get in tune with it, because that's how you function and you live in this life. So I practice what we call surrender. I surrendered to where I was being totally present in the moment, every moment. When I finally got on the plane back to San Francisco, I, of course, wept again. And it's like, oh, I survived. And when I talked to my friend, it turned out she had had the same experience when she dropped me off. When she left, she was crying like she wouldn't see me again. And she said, if I ever have that feeling again, I don't care where you're going and when you're going, you are not going. So, you know, the body knew. Something in my body was trying to tell me that this was not going to be an average vacation by any means. But it was a necessary vacation for me to learn to surrender to the something greater that I absolutely knew was present. So it's really important to listen to the messages that our bodies tell us and are giving us all the time. Something doesn't feel right. We get gut feelings. We get goosebumps, which we call God bumps sometimes, because we have an experience of the presence. We have something that touches us, and we react with these little bumps all over our body that just feel like a chill, but it's also an excitement, a thrill. So the body is showing us the infinite intelligence of divine mind. And it tells us that every single day. It is beating our heart right now. It is breathing our breath. It is miraculously transforming matter into energy every time we eat, right? It's a magnificent thing that we're absolutely able to transform matter into energy. That E equals MC squared, we're doing that without even thinking about it. Transforming it into energy. It tells us when we're doing something harmful. It also tells us when we're doing something that's good for us. I talked to my sister yesterday. She took a kayak trip. She kayaked up Lake Natomas. And she and her partner kayak up the channels, and they see great herons and great egrets and turtles sunning themselves, and just, they have this wonderful experience. And I can always tell she's just high. She's just high from that physical experience. So the body tells us, oh, whew, yay, life, more life. We're also a world unto ourselves. Every single cell is a conscious entity in the mind of God. Now, it's not necessarily one that has volition, as the quote that Carol read said, but it is tasked with intelligence. It is doing what it is supposed to do. The blood is circulating. It is oxygenating. The lungs have provided oxygen. It oxygenates our organs. They take care of all of these wonderful functions of removing toxins and dead cells. It does all of this work all the time without us having to think about it at all. It is the divine mind at work and at play in us. So our cells are listening to what we're thinking. Are we celebrating our body, or are we denigrating our body? Are we talking about how fat it is, how ugly it is, how flabby it is, how saggy it is, or are we saying, wow, I have this body that is functioning on planet Earth, a gift from the divine mind. So, as part of my daily practice, I bless my entire body every single day. And I mean, I touch it. I touch my feet. I bless my toes and my arches and my heels and my ankles. And I bless my calves and my knees and my thighs and my hips and everything. Bless it all the way up to the divine mind, to the mind of God in me. And it's the brain that is still able to be the vehicle for the divine mind to transmit to me. And I bless it all. I give thanks for it. I am grateful for it. And if I have forgotten something, for a while there, I wasn't blessing my shoulders or my arms, And it was like they started aching, and I thought, what's wrong? And I thought, I haven't blessed them. So I started blessing my arms, and they were fine. It was like they were giving me a little message that, hey, don't forget us. So bless, 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 bless. Let's bless all our senses. I can see. Wow. I can hear. Amazing. All of the wonderful sounds on this earth. I can taste all of those beautiful tastes that we have available to us. I can smell, the flowers, the lavender, the rosemary, all of these things, these smells, these tastes. Let's see, who have I forgotten? And touch. I can touch. I can feel. I can give you a hug. I can feel your heart. You can feel my heart. So we're grateful, grateful, grateful for all of these things that our bodies let us do. And they're finding that our bodies can do more than we even think. Some of these senses, they're just doing some studies, and they did it first in Russia, and they're doing it here now, where they find people who can detect colors in their fingertips. They can detect a color in their fingertips. And we've all probably heard about synesthesia. The synesthetes see colors when they hear music. So they have these other aspects of the senses. So we can all realize that, they also have synesthetes that can taste textures like round or pointy. And, I am thinking I'm tasting textures. It's either smooth or it's crunchy or, all that kind of stuff. But, we have these different aspects of each of these senses that can be developed and nurtured and expanded upon. So how great is that? Back in the day of that monk, they only recognized 4 elements. Now we have 118. But then they had 4 elements. And the elements were earth, water, air, and fire. And I remember going to a retreat where we sang, earth my body, water my blood, air my breath, and fire my spirit. And we sang that song. It's just a great reminder that we are connected to the earth. We are the earth. We are the divine. This body is a divine aspect of the Infinite One. We can also detect things like when we go to a sacred site where people have been praying for 1,000 years, we can feel that prayer. We can feel that consciousness of people coming together and celebrating the sacred. And that actual feeling, that feeling of being in the presence of the sacred, is present everywhere if we are open to it and allow that realization. We know the sacred is right here in this building. We know the sacred is in the parking lot. The sacred is even in the 7-Eleven. The sacred is everywhere because there is no spot where God is not. The thing is, our bodies, as Carol mentioned, our bodies respond to our thoughts. And I have to say, the news can be upsetting. And Michael Beckwith, Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith, used to say, the news is our prayer request. So what do we pray for when we, see the news and react to it? We get upset, we get angry, or we get sad, or we feel our heart broken. We get all of these feelings. What do we do with that? Well, the prayer is for the greatest good unfolding. for all concerned, whatever that may be, however long that may take. We pray for that experience of the greater good being made manifest. And we are then open to what is ours to do in relationship to whatever this is. And listen, because each of us has gifts, and our gifts have to be given. So we have to listen for what is ours to do. Maybe it is going to a demonstration, maybe it's writing a letter, maybe it's writing a check, maybe it's doing volunteering. Whatever it is that is ours to do, we need to listen and we need to do it. We need to do it because we are each playing a critical part in the evolution, not only of consciousness, but of life on planet Earth. We are all participating in the weaving of the tapestry of life itself. And each of us has to fulfill our particular role. So this week, make sure to take time to listen to what your body is telling you. Really notice and follow its advice. What shifts and insights and ahas might you get from this very magnificent tool? God is not present in our body. God is our body. Let's take that to prayer. So we open in this moment to that realization that this physical expression that we call body is the presence of God itself. That every cell has a divine intention for a greater good to be made manifest in us, through us, and as us. That the all good is always given, giving all of that love, all of that peace, all of that harmony, all of that wholeness, all of that grace, all of that beauty, all of that truth, all of that inspiration, all of it present in the infinite potential of that energy of life itself that is right here, right now, in, through, and as each one of us. And so I claim and accept for each one of us that opening to that realization of this body and the wonderful information that it has for us, and the wonderful ability that we have to be the eyes, the ears, the hands, the feet, the presence of God doing the work of the divine, to bring forth that greater good, to be a beneficial presence right here, right now. And so I am grateful for this greater realization, for this greater experience of surrender, this greater experience of wholeness, this greater experience of oneness that is being made manifest. As I release my word into the law, knowing that the law responds by corresponding to this energy and makes it manifest. And we affirm this truth together as we say, and so it is. Thank you.
I'd like to gratefully dovetail that extraordinary message with a song that we can all be a part of, actually. It's kind of a fresh one, so here's your part. From heaven and of the earth, from heaven and earth. Okay, here we go. From heaven and of the earth, I am from heaven and earth. From heaven and of the earth, I am from heaven and earth. So we got to punch the of. From heaven and of the earth I am, from heaven and earth. One more time. From heaven and of the earth I am, from heaven and earth. Okay, here's the verse. From heaven and of the earth, in spirit's breath I breathe. From heaven and of the earth, beholding mystery. From heaven and of the earth, awakening to me. Here I am, as I am, with the truth that sets me free. Here we go. From heaven and of the earth I am, from heaven and earth. From heaven and of the earth I am, from heaven and earth. Two more times. From heaven and of the earth I am, from heaven and earth. From heaven and of the earth I am, from heaven and earth. From heaven and of the earth, connecting with my soul. From heaven and of the earth, with joy down in my bones. From heaven and of the earth, I'm singing my way home. Here I am, as I am, perfectly complete and whole. Here we go. From heaven and of the earth I am, from heaven and earth. From heaven and of the earth I am, from heaven and earth. Two more times. From heaven and of the earth I am, from heaven and earth. From heaven and of the earth I am, from heaven and earth. From heaven and of the earth, in oneness do I stand. From heaven and of the earth, to feel the promised land. From heaven and of the earth, I serve with loving hands. Here I am, as I am, in the I am that I am. From heaven and of the earth I am, from heaven and earth. From heaven and of the earth I am, from heaven and earth. From heaven and of the earth I am, from heaven and earth. From heaven and of the earth I am, from heaven and earth.
So it's now time for our prosperity time. So your donation to our center is, I just noticed there's a dog in the way. Hi, doggy. That you can support our vision of embracing all and serving with love while awakening to the one. So our spiritual community is excited about diving deeper and experiencing spiritual transformation, divine love, and wholeness. But it takes funding to support our center and staff and let the world know that we are here. So our affirmation, I think, will be up there. So if you'll say with me, I gratefully and joyfully share my offering, which flows from God, my infinite source. My gift blesses this center and all who are guided, healed, and empowered by its activities. All I share with life returns to me, blessed and multiplied. So we just, oh good, we're going to sing with Colleen instead of Karen Drucker. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful.
I am so blessed. blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
To welcoming our guest. I don't know who is on Zoom, but if you're new on Zoom and have never been here before, we have a weekly newsletter that Colleen does. And if you would like to sign up for that, you can put your information in the chat. We also have a website, Tahoe-CSL.org, that you can donate through or sign up for any of our classes or event activities through our website. So we're going to have Carol is going to be doing our announcements this morning from Zoom, which we're so grateful for. So Carol, are you there?
I'm here. And we had one new visitor, and she left, but I did greet her when she came on. So that's all. And Teresa is here, incognito. Okay. Just let you know that right after the service today, there is hospitality time where you can have a chance to visit with everyone and have some food to eat. And also, if you'd like, you can check our website, which is on the screen right now, and get all kinds of information about what's going on and how to connect with everybody here. And then our next service is going to be in July already. And sorry, I wrote it down. We're in a new Living Everyday Wonder, but now I believe it's on relationships. And the talk is with Reverend Laura Aronson, me, myself, and I, and the musician, Tuck Wilson, and the practitioner, Brenda Heldorn. And that's July 3rd, in person and on Zoom. And you can also get videos of our talks from Sunday service. And it's a short version with the minister's talk only to the website. And you can YouTube channel each week, usually by Monday afternoon. And so you can invite your friends to listen who weren't able to be here today. And we have lots of activities in this center, small but mighty. And one of them is this weekly e-bike group, which is involved in taking different paths in the area. The next one is this Tuesday, June 28th at 11 a.m. Meet at the Mayberry Park in Reno. I believe that's in Reno, and ride to the Reno-Truckee River Trail. You can get further information by going to the Tahoe-CSL.org. And I understand they're having a great time. Then there's going to be hiking with the after service, Sunday service, 12 o'clock. And the destination is the Brockway Viewpoint. So you meet in the parking lot at the center and take carpools if possible. I think there is parking up there, or down below. But that's a good hike and you have a great view. Sounds like fun. And let's see, Adopt a Highway just finished. Nancy said it was great. There were 3 of them. Nancy and I think she said Penny and Michael Sunholm, who's been our leader for 18 years. So each month we do this community service to help clean up Highway 267. And now we have to have our new volunteers complete an online safety orientation. And we get reimbursed, or not reimbursed, but we get get paid each time we have this highway cleanup. Nancy O'Neill has been in charge of it, and or you can call the and her phone number is here, 530-583-2245, or call the center office to find out what you need to do. But it is a fun time. I did it when I was there, and it's a service to the community too. It's amazing what kind of stuff you can pick up along the highway there. And then we have a class coming up in July. Meditation is more than you think, and that's with Reverend Pam. It's a certified 8-week class, and the cost is $245. And you can sign up there in hospitality or by calling the office or online at tahoecsl.org. It sounds like a really great class, and it seems like Reverend Pam hasn't had a class for a while, so it'll be fun to be with her. And then we are saving our time ahead for August 14th. It's at following service also. There will be a potluck lunch and then a drum circle led by Jim Eaglesmith to bless our CSL Tahoe-Truckee home. And he has other guests coming too. And you can find out more about that online also. And then we're already planning for our next retreat, which is September 23rd through 25th at Ananda, Expanding Light Retreat Center. And our special guest and facilitator will be Gary Lynn Floyd. And a deposit of $200 holds your spot. And you can go also find more about this at tahoecsl.org, the website. And then we have our ongoing events, which are all on Zoom. Tai Chi with Chris and Colleen, actually both in their living room. I joined them this last week. And it's a fun workout, but very calming. And then the meditation and energization on Thursday also. 4:30 is the energization led by Mary or Penny, and then meditation at 5. And Sue Pipel has her Course of Love book class, I don't know what you call it, on Fridays. And you can find out more information from Tahoe CSL and the times when it may be changed. We try to let you know that. And now, even though we don't have our children here yet, we still bless them every Sunday. So please join me. We see you, we hear you, we love you, you are a gift from God. And that will bring more children to us. Nancy, back to you.
You know, the other thing was Donna Axon is going to be doing a class too.
Oh, yeah.
And it starts August 19th, and it's Bible Mystery and Bible Meaning. I'm trying to think who wrote that. Was it Ernest Holmes or was it Thomas Troward?
Sure.
Yeah, I think it's Troward. It's going to be 10:30 to 12:30 in the mornings starting. It's going to be, I'm not sure how many weeks it is.
When does it start?
August 19th.
Yeah, August 19th.
Yeah. Anyway, we love Donna, who is one of our other practitioners. So, we are going to conclude today. I just wanted to just talk about practitioners for a moment. And so I'm a practitioner, and Carol is our Zoom practitioner online. And we are here if you would like a little prayer. We call it the 5-minute miracle prayer after the service, or otherwise you can talk with myself about if you'd like to set up a longer session. So the other practitioners are Brenda Heldorn, and of course Pam is also a practitioner. and Donna and Michael. Yes, Michael. How could we forget Michael? Yes. So, if we stand and join hands, and our affirmation is, oh, good. We can say that together. I listen to my body, knowing
Knowing it is speaking
as
as
God. So our closing song is a blessing to the world.
You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. You're a blessing to the world.